US just think they're better. They think they're better than other minorities, and then they act outraged when they're treated like them. We've all heard a family member or someone say that we're successful because we value education. We're not like those other communities that like to complain. What if I told you that's casteism, just rebranded as the model minority myth?
I'm happy that like Indians are now seeing like what we've been telling them for so long. Like you are not part of the white supremacist party. Like you can be conservative, you can have money, you can be successful. They will let you get to a certain level. But the second Vivek Ramaswamy said, "Hey, I think I should be president," all of a sudden, all we see is like unfettered racism towards Indian people.
So unlike most girls, I'm actually this gym and sports freak, and my mom makes this Indian food, and I just don't eat it because it's so unhealthy. Now look at my nose. It's actually like prettier and smaller than almost everyone I know, and I'm Indian. Black colored and brown colored eyes are just so normal. You know, like my eyes are like hazel green from that angle of the sun. It's just so like exotic.
I'm going to need every single immigrant group to stop saying we are the good ones. That other group of people over there are the bad immigrants. I've been hearing some Asian immigrants saying this about Somalis. That's what inspired me to make this video. But pretty much all immigrant groups have members that are like trying to be the pick-me's and pointing the finger at everybody else. This is never going to work. Any racism and xenophobia that you perpetuate against somebody else is eventually going to be used against you.
You know what's starting to like make me really mad that I've been noticing is like when like a non-white person is in a room full of like white people or like hanging around white people and they purposely are racist to their own race to like be funny to the white people like that they're around. And like I know I'm white, so I feel like I've been in this situation where like someone that's not white or just anyone that's not white does that, and it's like it's low-key so embarrassing. Like first of all, it's just embarrassing because why are you literally putting down your entire race of people just to make a couple white people laugh? I get it if you're like making jokes about your race with other people that are your race because they can relate to it and they also like they understand it because they're the same race as you. Like it's like more normal, I feel like.
Alright, so the video today we are talking about the Indians. Do Indians look down on people of color in America? Do they see themselves as more white as compared to the blacks or to the Latinos or to the Cubans? That's the question I'm asking, because for the longest time, Indians, the way they've carried themselves in America, they feel like they are better off than other people of color or other minority. So let's watch this video and then we're going to discuss about it at the end. So please subscribe to my channel.
Actually so surprised how many fellow South Asians / Indians jumped in on the trend to mock that lady. Now again, I am not defending that lady who stole the Target. What she did was bad and I am not defending it. However, fellow South Asians are jumping on the bandwagon of mocking her accent, even though their parents sound like that. Like, we're immigrants. Our parents have the Indian accents. And yet they're blatantly mocking that woman's accent and the thing is, South Asians, I find our community pathetic in the sense that we are so quick to make fun of our own in order to appease for white validation. However, when one of us is in trouble, we don't step up. It's pathetic, really. For example, with all this Indian racism going on, I barely see any South Asians speaking up. I do see some. However, South Asians are much more likely to tackle each other. Like, we will hurt each other. It's like a male-centered woman who will hurt other women for male validation. Indians are like male-centered women, except we're white-centered. Like, we're a white-centered race. Like, we're like the pick-me race. Like, if you get what I'm saying. And it's ridiculous. Again, I'm not defending the Target lady, but instead of like acknowledging that what she did was wrong, people are choosing to focus on her accent, the way she speaks, and like that's not holding someone accountable. That is just being plain racist. And the fact that my fellow people are joining the bandwagon just so they can get a bit of laughs and hee-hee ha-has from their white friends, it's pathetic.
better than other minorities, and then they act outraged when they're treated like them. We've all heard a family member or someone say that we're successful because we value education. We're not like those other communities that like to complain. What if I told you that's casteism, just rebranded as the model minority myth? Because that sentiment is exactly how they minimize people of lower caste. That's why America's power structure is perfect for Indians, because it reinforces what they already believe. You see, a lot of these Indians that immigrate to the US, they come from upper castes. They come from privilege. And it takes a lot of that to immigrate to the US because that's not an easy process. They were never oppressed in India. In fact, they were more than likely the oppressors. And a side effect of this is that they bring their casteist and elitist bullshit here. And bro, I see it in my own Telugu communities. They try to maintain caste dynamics here. It's weird, bro. I promise you, the people that call you Pajit or stinky or tell you to shower, they don't give a flying what caste you're from. So just leave that back at home or just don't come here at all. You wanna know why some people are so surprised by this Indian hate? It's because they thought they were above it. They thought because they were keeping their head down and getting money, that it absolved them from the consequences of being a minority in the United States. Well, newsflash, it doesn't. We're useful until we aren't anymore. And then comes the anti-immigrant sentiment, which is a whole nother story. We can talk about that next.
We need every single immigrant group to stop saying we're the good ones, that other group of people over there are the bad immigrants. I've been hearing some Asian immigrants saying this about Somalis. That's what inspired me to make this video. But pretty much all immigrant groups have members that are like trying to be the pygmies and pointing the finger at everybody else. This is never going to work. Any racism and xenophobia that you perpetuate against somebody else is eventually going to be used against you because you're an immigrant of color, you are never going to be accepted into the core of white America. And also every immigrant ethnicity is going to have some members that commit crimes and a lot of members who work really hard and contribute a lot to this country. There are going to be good and bad people in every single immigrant group, just like any other ethnicity, just like white people. So you going off and saying my group of immigrants is all good, someone's going to prove you wrong really quick and you don't want to dig that hole for yourself. We need to not excuse bad treatment of anybody. We're all immigrants, we're all in the same boat. Some of us have more privilege than others and we should be using it to protect each other. I think basically every single immigrant community of color has experienced the raids, the violence, the fear. ICE has hit all of us. The president has engaged in hate speech against all of us. I'm Chinese, I know. Seriously, wrap it up. We have better things to do.
One of the things that I have thoroughly been enjoying is the Asian community holding their pygmies accountable. If you haven't been paying attention, there was an Asian creator here on this app that said that she gets uncomfortable when she sees white people in H Mart. That video sparked so much discussion across the internet, and they have been going at it, guys. The conversation has ranged from how white people commodify their spaces for profit, how they don't respect their culture, etc., etc. I've just been sitting on the sidelines watching because I think this conversation is one that needs to be had. If you've been following this page for a while, then you probably saw the video where we talked about it a little bit when the Asian community helped overturn affirmative action. When I first made that video, that's when I noticed the people that were being used as shields for white people in that discussion because a bunch of white people were tagging people like Sujia in order to be the mouthpiece against what I was saying. This conversation the Asian community is having is super important because Uncle Tom's hurt everyone and they're a part of every single community. That's how we get things like that ICE photo where they're unmasked and the majority of them are Latino. I hope this discussion continues because white supremacy hurts every single one of us.
This little Manchurian candidate, J.D. Vance, wants to be president more than anything else.
Yeah.
I always wonder what's going on in the mind of his wife. Like, are you
Agreed.
okay? Please blink 4 times.
Yes.
We'll come over here. We'll save you.
Nope. 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 Saki, so help me God. No. Just because this woman is aging like the raw milk that MAGA will not stop chugging for some reason doesn't mean she actually regrets anything that's going on. Okay? Usha is a very, very smart woman and had a very, very successful legal career, during which she clerked for Roberts and Kavanaugh, who are separately doing their part to destroy this country from the inside. I cannot overstate the likelihood that she and Peter Thiel were the ones who charged
enjoy stripping us of our food, our healthcare, our privacy, our freedoms, all in pursuit of proximity to this type of white power. I know you guys think cinema and Fetterman and Nazi tits are bad, but these people are also very, very dangerous. And just because they look like third-string Batman villains, do not underestimate them, okay? Okay.
You know what's starting to like make me really mad that I've been noticing is like when like a non-white person is in a room full of like white people or like hanging around white people and they purposely are racist to their own race to like be funny to the white people like that they're around. And like I know I'm white, so I feel like I've been in this situation where like someone that's not white, like just anyone that's not white does that, and it's like it's low-key so embarrassing. Like first of all, it's just embarrassing. Because why are you literally putting down your entire race of people just to make a couple white people laugh? I get it if you're like making jokes about your race with other people that are your race because they can relate to it and they also like they understand it because they're the same race as you. Like it's like more normal, I feel like. But I don't know why you're sitting there like literally putting down your own race, making racist jokes or like remarks towards a bunch of people who don't really like get it because they're not that race, and then also like they're just enforcing the fact that they can make fun of you. Like I get it's fine to like make jokes and stuff, but like don't do it in a room full of people that like already would do it to you, and then they add on to it, and it's just like you're just okay with that. Like what? It's like if I went to a room full of boys and just started making like sexist comments like about myself or whatever, and then just like they're laughing and I'm just like, oh haha, like so funny, like I need to go back to the kitchen. Like it's giving pick me. It's giving pick me on like an insane level.
That like Indians are now seeing like what we've been telling them for so long. Like you are not part of the white supremacist party. Like you can be conservative, you can have money, you can be successful. They will let you get to a certain level. But the second Vivek Ramaswamy said, hey, I think I should be president, all of a sudden, all we see is like unfettered racism towards Indian people. The olfactory ethics lady is probably responding to more posts about Indians and how they smell than any other group. And it's literally because Indians tried to adopt conservative politics. Indians are now facing more racism because they tried to go to the racist party and do what they do. And those racist people said, oh my God, I'm going to be racist to you now.
I don't know if your comment comes from a place of heavy ignorance or if you're just being ostentatious and trying to front a pretty crude mindset, but I'm more than happy to break it down for you. Why is your gut reaction when white women are held accountable to claim jealousy? Is it because you as a white woman think you have something that I should be jealous of? Pretty nasty bias. Maybe you should sit with that for a minute. Or do you just not understand that the lingering remnants of colonial trauma and centuries of Western supremacy cause people to put a premium on whiteness, which allows white creators to propel themselves, to boost their content using our cultures, and to take up POC spaces? Or are you just using jealousy as a way to silence me and prevent me from speaking about the exploitation of my culture because playing white victim comes easy to you? Pretty tacky, but that's the one I'm leaning towards. You must be allergic to accountability. As for jealousy, when it comes to the culture that my ancestors built for me, you can't outdo the doer, Becky. And I've never been one to aim for mediocrity.
So unlike most girls, I'm actually this gym and sports freak, and my mom makes this Indian food and I just don't eat it because it's so unhealthy. Now look at my nose. It's actually like prettier and smaller than almost everyone I know, and I'm Indian. Black colored and brown colored eyes are just so normal, you know, like my eyes are like hazel green from that angle of the sun. It's just so like exotic, and like guys love my eyes. Oh, don't worry, I'm such a guy. I completely get you. Even I agree, Indian women are kind of... Yeah, so I get why you think other people are better. No, she's really pretty. Like, for an Indian girl, she's really pretty.
The pick...
Are you a MAGA follower? Please do not come to Mexico. Do not come to Cancun. Do not come to Puerto Vallarta. celebrate in families. We don't like MAGA people here in Mexico. And if you come, please do not bring your orange.
All right, so do Indians look down on other minority groups in America? The reality is a lot of Indians identify themselves as better than the other people of color. Why? Because they are the way they like us aligning themselves with the white. They do activities along the line where they can get closer to the white proximity. Yes, they are educated. Yes, they have IT skills, majority of them, yes, and also in the field of medicine. So a lot of them look at this type of job that they're having as a way of showing they are moving upward in the community, or should I say moving upward in the social status as compared to other minorities in America. So the more when you have friends who are white, when you live in neighborhoods where the white people live, when you do jobs that are more acceptable by the white society, when you have, when you associate yourself more to the white as compared to other people of color, you feel like you belong. If you feel like you've been accepted in the white man club, you feel like you are one of them. And unfortunately, they kind of forget the fact that when it comes to the white man club, it's either you're with them or not. There is no two-way traffic. There's no two-way about it. It's either you're one of them or not. And that's one thing that the Indians, especially in America, they tend to forget. Especially if you look at the ones who are successful in life, you'll see the way they interact with the white versus the other minority. There's a big difference, like night and day. And yes, in Indian society, there is that caste system where there's the upper class, then there's the lower class, and the middle, and then the lower class. So the Brahmins are the upper echelon, the Singh and the Shahs. Those are the upper caste, yeah. And then we have the middle class, the middle caste, and then now we have the lower caste, where now people who are in the lower caste, majority of them end up suffering because you're being told, oh, it's not allowed to intermarry, as in, when somebody who's in the upper caste to marry someone who's in the lower caste, it's really not encouraged by the Indian society. Although with the education and the way people are interacting, I don't know if things have changed, but one thing is for sure, for the longest time, people have really fight to remove that caste system. Is it continuing up today? The caste system is still there. Are there upper class Indians? Yes. Are there middle class Indians? Yes. Are there lower class Indians? Yes. But one thing is for sure, Indians love to marry among their own social status. The rich marry among the rich, the middle class among the middle class, the poor among the poor. In terms of intermarry among the interclass system, they usually like to frown upon it. But now when you come outside the race, now it's about aligning themselves with the white versus the black. In America, majority of Indians always want to associate themselves with the white because they always look at it as the closer I am to a white person, the more acceptable I am in the society. And that's the reason why they do the things they do. They look down on other people of color. They like to isolate themselves and put themselves in a situation where they'll always have friends who are white as compared to other communities. So let me know what your thoughts are, and if you agree with these thoughts of mine, my DMs are open. And is it true that do they look down on other minorities in America? That's the question I'm asking you guys. Is it true? And the one thing which the Indians need to understand is the fruits of their success right now, the way the way they enjoy, getting jobs, the education, being accepted as being part and parcel of America. It came at a price for the Black Americans, because it's the Black Americans who fought for these civil rights that people are enjoying, especially people of color who are right now looking down on Black Americans, see like as if Black Americans are not to be accepted by the whole of America. That is the reality. All right, let me know what your thoughts are and please subscribe to my channel.